This is the GMK67 and it's a bare bones keyboard kit that starts at only $35 US. The box is pretty plain with just some visuals of the keyboard on the sides and at the back of the box. And as you can see right here, it's a 65% layout with a knob. In the box, there's a few accessories and paperwork. The first thing here I have is the Keycaps project card because I got it from them. The Zuoya GMK67 user manual, which includes the explanation for the function keys and how the keyboard works. You can pause it if you want to read all the details. A braided Type A to C cable that is gold plated, feels pretty good. A 2-in-1 switch and keycap puller, and the keyboard itself right here. The keyboard is made out of plastic and I have the white version here, but there are more colors available. The keyboard does feel pretty solid in hand, and on the top right here is the knob, and you also get a small indicator light here. The front of the keyboard is pretty plain and clean, there's no logos here. The back of the keyboard is the same, but you do get your Type-C connection port here, the Mac and Windows switcher, a toggle to change in between the Bluetooth wired and 2.4 GHz mode, and a slot here for the 2.4 GHz dongle as well. On the sides, there's this slight curve here for the design, and there's also some height adjustable feet here if you don't like the height of the keyboard. It's the same on the other side with the knob too. On the bottom, you get the 4 non-slip rubber feet on the corners, the 2 height adjustable feet previously mentioned, and in the middle is just a normal GMK67 sticker. And it does come with RGB and it's also south facing, and it's pretty good here, so it will be enough for the RGB lovers out there. So now it's time to open it up and see what mods are included in this GMK67, and I've heard that people struggle a lot to open up this case, but this is how I do it and I think it's quite easy actually. First, I remove the knob and the 2.4 GHz dongle so it's easier to handle the keyboard. And to open it up, I just need one plastic pry tool like this. And basically, you just have to insert it right here, right under where the knob is, and it should pop one of the clips like this. After that, you can just run it through the keyboard and all of the clips should pop out like this. As for the front part, you just have to pull it and all of the clips will come off. So this right here is the top frame, and the finish on the plastic is pretty decent. And these are the Tamron gaskets here for the gasket mount of the keyboard. The PCB should just flip up like this, and you can see that there's 3 cables here. And you need to remove them. One is for the knob, one is connecting the battery, and one is for the daughter board. As for the plate and the PCB, there's just these 4 golden screws here you have to unscrew. Everything should be fully disassembled now, and these are the mods included. You get a pre-cut Tamron switch pad, a piece of Tamron plate foam, and a piece of case foam that goes in the case. This right here is the bottom part of the case, and it basically has the Tamron gaskets on the sides too for the gasket mount. And it houses the knob here, which is surprisingly a separate unit from the PCB, the 3000 mAh battery over here, and the daughter board right on the left. The plate included here is a polycarbonate plate, and as you can see, it is quite flexible. The plate mounted stabilizers that come with the keyboard are pretty good too, and they also come pre-looped from the factory. And this is the south facing 5-pin hot swap PCB. And this is how it looks like from the back, and I can see that they are using Cal hot swap sockets here, and that's really good. So that was it. That was quite a lot of mods included for a $35 US keyboard. Now I'm going to assemble it really quickly and we can start the build. Alright, as usual, starting off with the stabilizers. I will be using the stock ones included, and I'm just going to be lubing them a little bit to remove the rattle. They are plate mounted stabilizers, so they just pop out easily like this. As for the loop, I'm going to be using some Kratox XHT-BDZ, and I will be applying it through this syringe like this. It's pretty easy, but it's actually kind of weird because it's my first time doing it like this. And if you're interested in this lubing kit, links will be in the description below. With the stabilizers all done, they basically can just go back to the plate and I can move on to the switches. For the switches, I'm going with the JWK Nylon Black V2 switches. It's a 5-pin linear switch and it comes with a nylon stamp in the middle, and yes, the top and bottom housing is nylon as well. It has an actuation force of 45 grams and it bottoms out at 58 grams. My switches here have already been hand looped, so they're really smooth, but if you are lazy, don't worry, they already come dry looped from the factory. One thing I would say is that the LED cutout here isn't the best, so if you do like RGB, this is going to block a lot of it. As for the keycaps, I will be using this Shenpo set. It's the Hebrew Red Cherry Profile keycap set, and I've been searching for this for quite a long time now. They are dye-up PBT, but the colors and the print here honestly look really great to me, and the PBT used here is pretty thick too, around 1.8mm. I really love how they look and I think they will fit this keyboard just nicely. And I will be adding this little Bao Artisan that I found from Taobao. I think it's really cute and it's actually magnetic as well. So this is how my GMK67 looks like, and I love how it all turned out. The RGB is really dampened by the switches used here, but I don't actually mind it. I think it looks great without RGB. And here is the typing sound test of the GMK67. And yeah, honestly, for $35 I have nothing really bad to say about this keyboard kit. It's a great keyboard kit for the price, and for everything you're getting, it's definitely a steal. I love how mine turned out, and if you're planning on getting one, do check out the links in the description below. And before the video ends, I want to say a quick thank you to Keycaps Project for sending over the stuff in the video as well. And that basically wraps it up for this video, guys. Leave a like on this video if you liked it, dislike this video if you didn't like it, and remember to subscribe. I have more videos like this coming very soon. And as always, thanks for watching. Goodbye, guys.